Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, with the recent update, which came out yesterday, and there was a couple more updates that came out over the past week for Black Ops Cold War, there's been leaks, specifically leaks for Season 1 of Black Ops Cold War, and none of these leaks are spoilers story-wise or anything like that, so I thought I would bring you guys a video discussing everything that we know and everything that we can expect to see out of Season 1, and it's really interesting because the things that we've got leaks on are the opposite things that we would normally get leaks on for Modern Warfare, which is totally strange. Like, for example, we got a bunch of leaks about the Battle Pass, what is coming inside of the Battle Pass, what we can expect to get out of that. We also got some map names and things along those lines, but we didn't get like the normal images of weapons and things like that. That being said, we still know the weapons that are coming in Season 1. So essentially what this video is showing you all of the leaks, everything we know, and everything we can expect from Season 1. So you guys know what's coming on December 10th, which is of course the launch of Season 1. Now before we dive into that, I just wanted to let you guys know two things. First of all, on Twitch later tonight, I believe at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be streaming Spider-Man over on Twitch. On top of that, I'm uploading a Let's Play to my Let's Play channel, both of which are linked down in the description. If you want to check out some Spider-Man action, those links are down below. But as far as Call of Duty, as far as Season 1, let's dive into all the information. So I've seen a little bit of confusion lately with the November 24th date, because on November 24th, we are getting Nuketown, as you're seeing here on the roadmap, but that's it. It's not the beginning of Season 1. There's no Battle Pass that day. That's not when the Warzone content comes out. That is just Nuketown 84. I'm sure it's going to have its own Easter egg and things like that, but that is coming out on the 24th. On December 10th is when we get Season 1. This is when we are getting the addition of Black Ops Cold War weapons to Warzone. This is when we get the Battle Pass. This is when we get new weapons, new operators, so on and so forth. Now, one of the things I have got the most question about is the operator coming in Season 1. Now, at this point, this is one of the few things that hasn't been leaked. We don't know who the main operator is going to be, who you unlock at level 1 like you normally do with the Battle Pass. Just looking at the operators we have so far the Warsaw Pact has one less operator than NATO. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an operator for the Warsaw Pact, and essentially these are the characters that are working with the KGB. As far as characters that we saw in the campaign that would make a lot of sense here, the first one that we have is Kravchenko. He was in the KGB mission. It would make a lot of sense for him to be a part of this. The second one, of course, is Imran Zakhaev, the younger version of Imran Zakhaev. The only thing that wouldn't really make any sense with him is the fact that he is one of the main bad guys in Warzone, and to be able to play as him might be a little bit weird. As far as a NATO operator, and in fact the operator who I think is going to be the title character for Season 1 is of course Alex Mason. You'll notice that he is one of the characters that is in the campaign that is not a part of NATO. Woodsy's there, but we don't have Mason. So to me, Mason would really make the most sense. Moving on to the weapons that we're going to get in Season 1. So essentially there's two that we know of. The first one was actually shown to us on that roadmap. Adler's actually holding it, and it's the Striker. The shotgun was in Modern Warfare 3 is the first one that comes to mind. And we don't know as of right now if it's going to be semi-automatic or fully automatic, but it's going to be another shotgun added to the game. Currently there is only two, so obviously this will be the third one. Also, I'm willing to bet that it actually won't be called the Striker, because as we know, the Striker 45 is already a weapon in Modern Warfare, and it would be very confusing in Warzone if we had two different weapons of different classes both be named Striker. The second weapon that we're getting is one that hasn't actually been shown to us but was data mined, and this is the MAC 11. Now, if you played Black Ops 1, you probably used the MAC 11. It wasn't very good, and obviously this is an SMG, and I'm curious to see how this one works out, how it falls into the meta. I just can't picture it being good. That being said, though, I couldn't also picture the Milano being good either, and it's actually pretty decent. So super curious to see how they balance this one. My guess is it's probably going to be a faster fire rate SMG, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the other weapon, it's not currently in the game file, so my guess is that this is going to be the weapon that comes out midway through Season 1, is once again on the roadmap. Underneath the new weapons section, we can see an image of a gun called the Groza, which is an assault rifle. So my guess is that this will be the weapon that launches midway through the season, which you have to complete a challenge to unlock, just like in Modern Warfare. Keep in mind, everything that we're talking about here, like weapons, are things that you can unlock for free. You don't have to buy the Battle Pass. It works just like it did in Modern Warfare. Now, an interesting thing about this weapon is it's a Russian bullpup assault rifle that's actually able to shoot two different types of ammunition, one of which that's subsonic. Now, as of right now, there is no different ammunitions for different weapons with attachments like there was in Modern Warfare, so I'm curious if this is going to be the first weapon that has it in Cold War. So the next big thing, and this is pretty much the biggest one in my opinion, is maps. So the one map that we know we are getting and is going to be a 6v6 map is called Mall. This is the one that we see in the promotional material, the roadmap for Season 1. You can see Woods there. The reason why we know this is a 6v6 map is because in this picture, he's actually carrying a briefcase like he's playing VIP, so we know it's a 6v6 map. Now, the other two names have been data mined, but the actual images of the map have not. These may be code names, but the two names we have for this are called Dune and Apocalypse. Now, these could mean literally everything. They could just be code names, but those are the names that we have as of right now. But where this gets interesting is we know with Season 1, we are getting Gunfight added into the game, which is of course the 2v2 game mode. We're also getting Gunfight Tournament. In fact, in yesterday's update, they actually added in a menu piece for Gunfight Tournaments that was locked and then later removed it, like they almost put it in there by accident, like we weren't supposed to know about them. But clearly, they're coming, probably with Season 1. Now, the confusing part about this is what are they doing for the Gunfight maps? Are they going to whittle down the 6v6 map, kind of like they did with Crossroads and Armada, what they did with Combined Arms, the 6v6 map? Or are they going to be launching dedicated maps for Gunfight, and are some of the maps that we're going to be getting in Season 1 not going to be 6v6 maps, but rather going to be 2v2 maps? Now, personally, as of right now, with the meta of the game and the way things are shaping out, I think we need a lot more 6v6 maps, so I'm hoping with the beginning of Season 3, we at least get 2, and then halfway through the season, we get a third one. That's my guess. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. The only one that is 100% confirmed is the Mall one that we talked about earlier. So the rest of the things that we have to talk about here are all revolving around the Battle Pass. Now, the Battle Pass is interesting this year because, one, it is very similar to what we saw with Modern Warfare, so right away you'll get a new operator. Inside the Battle Pass, there's things like operator skins. For example, one of the skins that's been data mined is Adler wearing a trench coat and a fedora, looking like a total badass. So things like that are remaining the same. On top of this, but there have been data mined files for things like watches. Now, watches are currently a thing that is not in Black Ops Cold War. I think it's something that's very easy for them to add, but it's also possible that by leveling up the Battle Pass, you could unlock specific things for Warzone and Modern Warfare. So it's unclear whether or not you're going to be able to use those watches in Cold War, or whether that's just going to be a Warzone thing. Now, on top of this, there's the normal things you'd expect in the Battle Pass, like weapon blueprints, weapon charms, stickers, emblems, calling cards, the normal things that we see in every single Battle Pass, every single season. Nothing special there. However, there's been a couple of interesting things data mined. First of all, there is a barricade found within the game files, which is new to the game, similar to Torque's barricade from Black Ops 4. Now, you may remember in Black Ops 4, this barricade emitted radiation, and if you went in front of it, it dealt damage to you and could actually kill you and slow you down. Now, we're unclear whether this is just going to be like the barricade from Modern Warfare, where it's just a barricade that you can go behind, or whether it's going to have radiation coming out. It's also important to mention that other things were found in the game files during the beta, including an Annihilator pistol, which is basically a one-shot kill pistol that was found as a score streak. And as you can see, once the game was launched, there was actually a tip that would pop up on screen before the game that says if you're using the hand cannon, it can penetrate surfaces and kill people through them. Yet there is no hand cannon or Annihilator pistol anywhere to be found within Cold War. On top of this, there's other score streaks that were found before the launch of the game, like a flamethrower and death machine that would operate similar to the war machine that's already in there, yet those are nowhere to be found. So are these going to be added throughout various different seasons? Are they going to be implemented as score streaks? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but maybe they'll start with the barricade in Season 1? I don't know. And then finally, with Season 1, we have Warzone. So they made this very cryptic, and they showed us this message on the timeline for Season 1. And essentially what this is hinting at is a new Warzone experience coming out with Season 1 of Black Ops Cold War. And if you read through this, eventually you can translate some Russian to find out that basically, this is talking about something called Rebirth Island. Now, around the time that they put this out, there was a new leaderboard added into Modern Warfare's Warzone as the Rebirth playlist, which is something brand new. We don't know what this is. Now, everyone's best guess as of right now is that Alcatraz, the map from Blackout, was going to be remapped and rebranded as Rebirth Island, which was, of course, an island that played a major role in Black Ops 1's campaign. And basically, they were going to reskin Alcatraz to be Rebirth Island, and it was going to operate very similar to how Alcatraz did in Blackout. Now, whether this is happening or it's just going to be an event in Warzone, we don't currently know, but as we find out more information, of course, I will keep you guys updated. This Rebirth event is definitely something that's happening with Season 1. It's just, what is the Rebirth event? We're going to have to wait and see. So, let me know what you think down in the comments. This is everything we know about Season 1. It's quite a bit of information, so hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, you found it informative, it's always appreciated if you do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, like what you see, want to stay up to date on all my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn notifications on. It really does help out the channel. We're right around the corner from 1 million subscribers, so if you want to be a part of it, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen.